everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it is time to pick up a new job. Our first limited job. Just what that means, we'll get into once we unlock it, but suffice it to say that this is going to be very interesting and very different from what you usually see in this game. Hello there, Zealous Yellow Jacket. This becomes available when you complete the ultimate weapon, so the main story of the base game of A Realm Reborn. Once that is done, you can take care of this. A yellow jacket in need is a yellow jacket indeed. You there, would I be right in guessing you're an adventurer? If so, I have a request to make. We've had reports of some charlatan claiming to be a blue mage, whatever that's supposed to be. He could be a blue arse wharf rat for all I care, but I hear he's selling so-called soul crystals to adventurers for a tidy sum. Apparently, they're meant to give the holder all sorts of mystical powers, which is a load of chocobo shite according to a dozen or so dissatisfied customers. You see, spells and whatnot are not really my field of expertise, which is why I want you to help me investigate. I need you to tell me whether these crystals are the genuine article. If they turn out to be fakes, I'll arrest him on charges of fraud and you will receive fair payment for your assistance. And if they by some miracle end up doing what he claims, you might be able to pick up a new parlor trick or two. So, are you in? I'm in. Alright, very good. We've received word he's haranguing passerby near Summerford Farms. I'll meet you there. Alright, on to Summerford Farms. Let's go find this potential con artist. Alright, so you're gonna be up near the farm, so just head north across the river. Who needs a bridge? We'll just fly across, it's no big deal. And there's the yellow jacket we're working with. Now where's this con artist? You got here just in time. It looks like he's about to make his pitch. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The name's Martin, and today I present to you a wonder of the new world. I call it blue magic. Beyond the Indigo Deep live the Wallachie, who have their own unique brand of spellcasting. Like black and white magic, it draws on ether from our surroundings, but that's where the similarities end, my friends. I'm sure you've all seen wild creatures lashing out with fire, ice, and what have you. It's a form of self-defense, see, but it's still magic. The Wallachie discovered how to harness ether in the same way and wield the forces of nature. But how, I hear you cry? It's simple. You have to attune your mind to the instincts of the beast. When a creature is driven to attack, you can see into its soul. When you overcome it in battle, you absorb some of its ether and make its power your own. Of course, it's not as easy as picking fights with the local wildlife, but my Wallachie mentors taught me well, and now it's my turn to teach you. Behold, the power of blue magic. By the 12th, did you see that? I thought you'd be impressed. Now before anyone asks why it's called blue magic, let me tell you. For the Wallachie, this color holds special meaning, sacred even, and seeing as this ain't white or black magic, it seemed like the perfect fit. I suppose you're also wondering what you need to become a blue mage like me. Well, for starters, you'll be wanting one of these, a soul crystal. And don't forget a specially designed outfit to help you look the part. I'll even throw in one of these spellbooks, personally penned by yours truly, containing everything you need to know about learning blue magic. I've got enough for all of you, but you'd better snap them up before it's too late. Are you lot really that dense? Can't you see he's playing you for fools? Drive the beast to attack. More like run headlong into battle with only a silly blue costume for protection. Of course, no one can claim it's fraud when they're at the bottom of some creature's belly. We feast on your flesh, smooth skins. Your gods cannot save you now. All of you, stay back. No more! Please spare us! They never stood a chance. Booger all this swords and shields nonsense. I'm giving blue magic a try. There's definitely something fishy going on here, and the arrival of those Mamulja was a little too timely for my liking. Come on, let's see where he goes next. It is worth pointing out that the Mamulja themselves are recent immigrants to Eorzea from the New World, specifically better known as Tural. Well, more recently, we finally got a canon name of Tural for the New World, which is also based on the Americas. Yes. I have not gotten very far into the Blue quest lines. I've been told that it addresses the obvious issues that it's going to be developing, but I'm going to trust that they do eventually get better, because I've been told that they do get a little bit better. But it's going to get a little bit worse first, from what I understand. It looks like he's heading for the Moraby dry docks. Follow me. Alright then, on to Moraby. Oh goody, we get the rhino. Alright, made it to Moraby dry docks. Hello there, Yellow Jacket friend. According to one of the guards, this Martin character has been seen skulking around the docks over the last few days. Apparently he's been begging for leftovers from the mess hall. Considering that he's making Gil hand over fist from Gullible Adventures, this strikes me as more than a little odd. Anyway, he was last spotted making his way to the Salt Strand. Let's go. Alright, let's do it. And before I forget, I meant to start the episode with this, but it slipped my mind and I forgot, and I apologize. While I was off-screen working on the relic weapons, I have 4 relic weapons at stage 2 now, including Paladin, Ninja, Summoner, and Scholar. While I was off doing that, Juniper hit rank 13. So let's see. I'm gonna have you learn Choco Medica to finish off your healer branch. I think that will actually get you a special reward. Let me check. Choco Medica. I want to say it should give you the White Mage Barding. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that I believe is unlocked for finishing off the healer line. And let's see, I only have 3 points. Not enough to buy anything else. That's fine. Let's go ahead and feed you a Thavnarian onion. Got to do it directly from the inventory. Only got a few left, but that's fine. Fine, I'll summon you first, and then I'll feed you the onion. I guess it's fair. Can't feed you unless you are, you know, around to be fed. Anyways, that's exciting. Making more progress on Juniper. Up to rank, what was it, 13? Alright, now, on to the Salt Strand. Let's go track down this Martin character. Just as I suspected, he's up to no good. Why else would he come all the way to a place like this? Martin, you say you'd be less violent this time, but that was very violent indeed. It all adds to the realism, and you lads did a great job. Your gods cannot save you now. Nice improvisation. That one bloke damn near shat himself. I think we've seen enough. Yeah, I think I agree. It's good as a confession as far as I'm concerned. Hold it right there. I'm placing you under arrest on charges of fraud. Fraud? This is all a big misunderstanding. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. The game's up, and the same goes for you two. I knew you were in cahoots from the very beginning. As for those crystals, I'm about as convinced by them as I was by your acting. Say what you will about our sales technique, but there's nothing dodgy with the merchandise. I'll have you know I poured my heart and soul into those crystals, and the spellbooks explain how to learn the magic. It ain't my fault if the buyers can't be arsed to read them. And if you're thinking about clapping me in irons over the outfits not providing enough protection, I can assure you they were tailored especially with the needs of a blue mage in mind. I'll admit I had to cut a few corners to keep the cost down, but still. It all boils down to whether the soul crystals are genuine or not. I know it's a lot to ask, but would you try this blue magic of his? Come on, miss, don't be shy. Once you've learned your first spell, you'll know I ain't pulling your leg. I'll even let you borrow one of the outfits. Oh yes, very fetching. While you've been getting changed, the Latulja and Gahilja have been luring over a nice cooperative baby kraken to teach you water cannon. A baby kraken! The bait's been laid, so one should turn up any moment now. Run away! Run away! That's a bit on the big side, lads. Not to worry, all you have to do is give it a few licks with a patented blue magic focus, or stick if you prefer, and our tentacled friend will return to the favor by firing possibly quite painful jets of water at you. Oh, and try not to die. Okay, well, if I die, just know that 1, you killed the Warrior of Light, and 2, I'm pretty sure our Yellow Jacket friend's gonna take that as murder. Impressive! After that little escapade, you should be able to fire your very own water cannon. Oh god! They had fun with that cutscene, oh my goodness! By the by, you don't, strictly speaking, need to be struck by the magic you're trying to learn, but that'll probably happen whether you wanted to or not. In some cases, repeatedly. As long as you're the one the beast's after, its power should be yours, assuming you can defeat it. You see, this is what most people don't realize about becoming a blue mage. When you start out, you're like a blank slate. It takes a fair amount of bravery, to stare these creatures down and look into their souls. It's a shame that not all of my customers have your determination, but that's hardly grounds for calling me a fraud. Okay, but you should probably do better at explaining that, honestly. You don't think he's telling the truth, do you? I'm not sure. Now that's settled, I'll be having my wares back if you don't mind. Hold on. Sir, if there's one thing I haven't done, it's proven that blue magic actually works. I have yet to cast a single blue magic spell, so I have no reason to believe that this is legit yet. Smoothskin, courageous indeed. Gahilja and Latulja, very sorry about Kraken. We not expect such a large one. It's perfectly fine. I thought that was a bad idea from the start, but it happens. Did you actually learn any blue magic? I don't know. I don't think so. What's that? You still don't believe me? To be honest, miss, I don't know what more I can do. Tell you what, why don't I give you a soul crystal outfit and spellbook for free? That way, as a fully fledged blue mage, you can act as living proof of my innocence. Sound fair to you? Sure. Fine. Why not? You'll give us a soul crystal, the Rainmaker, some item level 1 equipment as a blue mage, and a water cannon. Alright then, open the Blue Magic Spellbook under Character in the main menu to assign active actions. Blue Mage arms generally have no effect on your attributes. However, equipping armor and accessories that boost your intelligence will greatly increase the damage dealt by your offensive magic. If you lose your Blue Mage gear, replacements can be purchased from Calamity Salvagers in Limzolominsa, Gridania, and Ul'dah. Alright, well then, we might as well give this a try. Put on some actual clothes. Hold on. Let's get that item level 1 gear out. Now we can put on some actual clothes. Make that a new gear set. We'll put it right down at the bottom for now. I'll probably move it up to just above Carpenter at some point. And let's learn about blue magic. Rather than gaining new actions by increasing in level, blue mages learn them from enemies. To acquire an ability, you must witness your foe performing a specific attack before defeating it. The actions you learn are recorded in the Blue Magic Spellbook, found under Character in the main menu. All actions must be registered before they can be used. You may register up to 24 spells at once. Checking the box next to a spell will add it to the list of active actions. From there, they can be set to a hotbar. The Blue Magic Spellbook details the attack type and aspect of each action. You can also view hints on where to acquire spells that you have yet to discover. In addition, if you use the Duty Finder to enter duties with level sync or item level sync enabled, the chance of acquiring spells from the corresponding enemies is significantly increased. Unlike most other weapons, blue mage arms generally have little effect on a character's attributes. However, the intelligence gained from armor and accessories provide a much larger increase in offensive magic damage compared to other jobs. So yes, blue mage is the first of potentially multiple limited jobs. These are special jobs in that you cannot use them for progressing the main story or doing regular content normally. You can't take them into Duty Finder in order to go fight a boss or do a dungeon. Unless you specifically go into Duty Finder and turn on Unrestricted Party. Only when Unrestricted Party is on can you actually go into any duty as a blue mage. Granted, this isn't the best evidence since I'm only level 1 and the first duty is level 15. But I promise you that I am correct. In fact, I think it said so in the Duty Finder right there. Yeah, need to be a class, Disciple of War, or Magic. Blue Mage doesn't technically count as either because it is a limited job. Limited jobs are mostly just for fun. They're just silly extra things, references to other jobs that have existed throughout Final Fantasy's history. Right now there's only Blue Mage, but I believe there is the intent to add more limited jobs in the future. There's one coming with Dawn Trail, and we don't know what it is yet. There's some theories that it might be Beast Tamer or something like that. But generally, limited jobs, in addition to being not usable in primary content for progressing the main story, You can't use them in dungeons or duties unless you have unrestricted party on. You also, they also have the effect of being very unbalanced. There is no attempt at all to make these reasonably balanced jobs. They can be incredibly overpowered as much as you or the developers want, and it can be very funny. Okay, this is not important. This is stuff we've talked about plenty of in the past. Just the required item levels to do various duties. Alright, well, apparently we don't have it even set. That's rude. Let me set that as set. This spell, easily mastered via defeat of a kraken, fires a concentrated burst of water at one's opponent. As the liquid itself is conjured by manipulating ether to condense moisture in the air, the technique remains effective regardless of whether or not its caster has access to a body of water. Alright. Did you actually learn any blue magic? I think I may have, actually. Martin's freedom hangs in the balance and only you can prove his innocence. Well, I suppose you'd better show this yellow jacket that getting smacked about by a mad kraken wasn't a waste of time after all. Just take aim at Latul Jaw and fire off a water cannon. Well, that's rude. If anyone knows how to proper blast feels, it's him. Gods know he's been on the receiving end enough times. This his only way? I'm sorry, Latul Jaw. But I guess if that's what we need to do. Painful yet refreshing. Refreshing yet painful. See? How telling the truth, wasn't I? Well then, we'd best be going. It's been a pleasure. Not so fast, you blue-haired twit. I'll admit the spell worked as you said it would, but you can't sell those soul crystals without adequately explaining the risks. It's irresponsible. Some might even call it deliberately neglectful. You're not under arrest, but from this day forth, you are strictly forbidden from peddling any more of your wares. If I hear you've sold so much as a blue handkerchief, I will hunt you down and throw you behind bars. For your aid in the investigation, you have my thanks. Fare you well. I don't bloody believe it. Just as beginning to turn a half-decent profit. Well, well, that was quite the show, darlings. Neither black nor white magic, but something new entirely. Blue magic. Yes, it's sure to draw a crowd, as you've amply demonstrated. And who might you be? The name's Royce, and I manage the Celestium in Ul'dah. It's an arena where daring young souls such as yourselves perform feats of bravery for the audience. Unlike the Colosseum, the vast majority of the entertainment pits man against beast, with the matches being brought to an end before either side suffers any serious injury. While our patrons revel in the thrill of combat, acts of wanton brutality and bloodshed are considered distasteful. Rather than savagery and slaughter, our appeal lies in the personas that our participants assume to add a touch of drama to the proceedings. So it's professional wrestling, basically. However, I'm not one to settle for a mere modicum of success. My goal is to make the Celestium renowned the world over, and to that end, I have been searching for something truly unique. And that is when word of this blue magic of yours reached my ears. Martin, my blue bundle of crowd-pleasing wonderment, how would you like to be the very first contestant in the masked carnival? It'll be an event pitting your magic against a host of bestial foes. Listen, this is serious stuff. I didn't go through all the trouble of learning all these spells to entertain a bunch of gopping spectators. Paying spectators, my dear. Some of them are quite wealthy, in fact, and you stand to earn rather a lot of coin. Now you're talking my language. I say, darling, where are you going? I was about to make you the same offer. Ha! I hate to burst your bubble, love, but, my apprentice here has barely taken the first step on the road to becoming a blue mage. Wouldn't want her meeting a grisly end in the middle of your arena, would we? Martin, it kind of feels like you just don't want competition for the money that you're going to be making from this. Once I learn some more blue magic, I'll win for sure. Just need to get a bit better with it. That's the spirit. I'm in no rush, so take as much time as you need with your preparations. Perhaps you could oversee her training between matches. Training? That weren't part of the deal. I'm not asking you to do it for free, my dear. Quite the contrary. You'll pay me for that too. Consider it done. Damn, this man is really easily swayed by money. That's what I like to hear, Martin. Let's get you to Ul'dah for your costume fitting. Come along. I have to wear a costume as well? I've got a bad feeling about this. Dude, you jumped as soon as she said money. This is kind of on you. Alright, well then. Off to Ul'dah. Let's go finish up this quest and then get started with our training. Alright, we can find Royce over here in Ul'dah right by the Miners Guild, between the Miners Guild and the Weavers Guild. Well, hello, friends. Latul'jah thought Mamul'jah banned from entering Ul'dah, but guards let us through. Do rich people like Royce make own rules? Gahil'jah not see any other Mamul'jah here. Why is this? Uldah's kind of shitty about the quote beast unquote tribe, so that's probably why. It's just occurred to me that I never asked whether you actually want to take part in the masked carnival. Are you willing to endure Martin's training regime in preparation for the greatest performance of your life? Sure! You've made the right choice, my dear. I have high hopes for you. As for your illustrious mentor, I believe he should be ready to make his grand entrance any moment now. I'll be honest with you, it's a bit more extravagant than what I'm used to. Color's not bad, I suppose. You look marvelous, my dear. Everyone feast your eyes on the great Azuro. Eh? What's that supposed to mean? Well, nothing really, but it lends a certain degree of panache to your stage persona. No offense, darling, but the great Martin doesn't quite have the same ring to it. You'll be playing the role of an enigmatic nobleman who has deigned to grace the Celestium with his outlandish magics. Oh, where are my manners? I never asked your name. Satora. We should come up with something a little more inspiring before you step into the arena. Ah yes, I have some information concerning you two gentlemen. As you may have heard, Ul'dah has a law that bans members of most beast tribes from entering the city. It was mainly to keep out goblin merchants, you see. I have poured over, well, I had someone else pour over, the documents, and it seems that there is no mention of the Mamul'jah whatsoever, meaning you are free to stay as long as you please. Well, with that, I think my work here is done for the time being. Martin, I leave Satora in your presumably capable hands. Best of luck. I'll admit I didn't think this was how things would turn out, but what's life without a few surprises, eh? So it looks like he'll be guiding you on the path to becoming a blue mage. I get the impression you're no stranger to getting up close and personal with fearsome beasties, but when it comes to mastering the Wallachi's techniques, you've got a long way to go. It's the creatures themselves who will be doing all the teaching though, and the spellbook will point you in the right direction. Of course, I wouldn't be much of a mentor if I just said, come back when you've got a few more spells under your belt. Seems like you need something specific to aim for. Tell you what, why don't you start by learning Blood Drain? And who knows, it might even come in handy. Oh, it nearly slipped my mind. There are a few spells that you can only learn from creatures in the New World. Luckily for you, Gahil'jah has brought with him a fine selection of totems infused with their ether, to save you the trip across the Indigo Deep. No getting your hands dirty fighting off fiends, just absorb the ether and the magic is yours. Naturally, we're not gonna just give them to you since you're still only a novice. Wouldn't want you biting off more than you can chew. When you think you're ready, talk to Gahil'jah. Gahil'jah very impressed by Satora's bravery when Kraken appeared. Now Satora must impress with skills as Blue Mage if you want these totems. You heard the man. There's a whole world of spells waiting for you, so go and start learning. Alright, so how the Blue Mage episodes are going to work. We're going to be doing them occasionally, just every once in a while checking in on Blue Mage. And how they're going to work is we're going to do one Blue Mage quest, followed by learning a batch of Blue Mage spells appropriate for our level. I have not done too much with Blue Mage before, so admittedly, I'm not fully familiar with the meta and how it's kind of intended, I guess, to be played. So forgive me if I'm not very good at this. Let's get started by heading out to the Central Shroud. Alright, over here in the Central Shroud, there's several places where we can learn our first spell, which is going to be Blood Drain, which we were instructed to go learn specifically. We're over here in the Central Shroud. We can get it from Shigoes. We can also get it from, if we take a look at the Blue Magic Spellbook, Blood Drain number 17 is in Lower Lenosia. So we can go learn it in Lower Lenosia if we wish, but the Shigoes here are the lowest level enemy we can fight that actually gives Blood Drain. So let's go ahead and wait for a moment. You've used Blood Drain. Once they have used the ability that you want to learn, that is when you're able to kill them. It is not a guarantee that you'll learn the spell, but, well, we learned the spell. So that is fantastic. Okay, Blue Magic Spellbook. No, not PvP. Blue Magic Spellbook. Set Blood Drain. Then let's see. Deals unexpected damage with a potency of 50 and restores MP. Alright, let's go ahead and set it. We'll set it there for now. And what are we learning next? Looks like next up we're heading to Middle Lenosia. Alright, out here in Middle Lenosia, it's not too far from Limsa to find our next targets. We are looking for, looks like Goblin Fishers and Gamblers? Yeah, Fishers and Gamblers. These friends here will give us our next spell if they dare to use it on us. We've got plenty of them to fight, so it shouldn't be too hard. Alright, come on, just use your ability. There we go, Bomb Toss. That is the spell we're looking for. So let's go ahead and snag that death and that spell from you. And we didn't get it, but we did get a level up. Alright, let's try again. And sometimes it'll just take a few attempts before you can get the spell. Alright, you threw your bomb. Still didn't get it. At least we're getting a lot of levels really quickly. Come on, throw a bomb at me. Firecracker shower, that is not what I'm looking for. Very flashy, though. There we go, bomb toss. And let's kill you. Got it, there we go. That took a few tries. Okay, set that as our next spell. And let's see. Actually, I want to compare real quick. Potency of 250, so 4 times stronger than this, but this restores MP. Got it. And this, potency of 200 for the first enemy and 50% less for all remaining with an additional effect of stun, which lasts 3 seconds. Okay, Bomb Toss is pretty good. So Bomb Toss could be a opener attack, and then while that's on cooldown, we switch to Water Cannon. And if we're running low on MP, we can use Blood Drain. Sounds good. Alright, next up is going to take us to Central Thanalin, it looks like. Alright, up here in Central Thanalin, we're going to go ahead and fly out north and take a veer to the west. And we're heading over to just west of the Coffer and Coffin, where we're looking for the Kikirn. Specifically, we're looking for Kikirn Shell Sweepers, who will give us our next ability. Oh crap. Well, you're actually who I wanted to fight, so... Alright, come on. Use Phase. Phase is the ability we're looking for. Throw a bomb. Take you down. Quickly, while you're stunned. Oh dear. We may be a little bit outmatched. Our gear is not quite up to snuff. Heal me, Juniper, heal me. Okay, we got Faye, so I don't care if we die from here. We also got a level up. Good. Alright, let's clear you out, and then we'll check out what Faze does. Oh, come on, don't miss. Alright, stun you. Oh, crap. Didn't mean to piss off a Searfid Cloud, but sure. Thankfully, it seems like Blue Mage also doesn't require very much experience at all in order to get level up, so leveling is not going to be too difficult. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna back up a little bit more so they're less likely to spot me. This is ridiculous. Hey, at least we're getting those much needed levels, because goodness did I need them. Okay, there we go. Gosh. Let's see. Blue Mage spell. No, again, not PvP profile. Here we go. Phase. Originally developed as a means of defense from flesh-eating beasts, this favorite of the Kikiran tribes produces a shockwave as its user strikes together palms filled with concentrated ether, leaving foes witless. Okay, stuns all enemies in a cone before. Ooh, no damage, but it does stun. Okay. Okay, and it's a longer stun, twice as long as Bomb Toss. Alright then, last spell we're able to learn for now is going to take us back to the Central Shroud. Alright, back here in the Central Shroud, I flew back to Spirit Hold because our last spell is going to be coming from the Trickster Imps in the area. Alright, just wait for you to use it. Not Blizzard, we're not looking for Blizzard, we're looking for... Come on, I know you've got it. I know you've got it. Don't make me stun you so I have a chance to heal. You are stubborn. There we go. Ice Spikes is the ability we're looking for. Now that you've used it, let's go ahead and take you down and hopefully get the spell. Not a guarantee, but hopefully. Oh crap. Juniper got the kill. Oh, well, it still counted. And we got the achievement, The More You Know. That's for a certain number of spells. I assume for 5 spells, yeah? It is. Okay, let's check out our new spell. This is going to be back on page 1, number 16. And Ice Spikes counters enemies with ice damage every time you suffer physical damage. Counter potency of 40, duration of 15 seconds. Cannot be stacked with Veil of the Warl or Shiltron. Additional effect, 50% chance that when you are struck, the striker will be afflicted with slow 20%. Nice. Let's go ahead and set that as well. That's a good defensive ability. And I'm thinking move Bomb Toss there. Place Ice Spikes there. What else do I want to set? Water Cannon single target. This is single target. But the recovery of MP could be worthwhile even if it is single target. I can replace it at some point if needed. Phase is definitely going to be multi-target. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now let's finish off by seeing if maybe that might be enough spells to get one from our friends from the Mamulja. So back to Ul'dah. Let's go check in with them. Alright, made it back to Martin and friends. Alright, friends, are you willing to teach me a new spell? Totems hold the ether of beasts from across Indigo Deep. They teach you blue magic without risk of being eaten. And you are willing to give me the Wallaki Off Guard totem. Let's grab that, learn Off Guard, and let's see what that does for us. Alright, Off Guard is going to be number 20. And this one increases target's damage taken by 5 for 15 seconds. Recast timer cannot be affected by other spells. However, this action shares a recast timer with Peculiar Light. Got it. Okay, in that case, I'm going to add it to the hotbar there. And that should be good, I think. Yeah, that should be about it. That's all the spells that we can easily learn from enemies that are below level 10. or up to level 10. Before we head into our next Blue Mage quest, I'm going to go ahead and get Blue Mage up to level 10. And I'm going to make sure I've equipped Blue Mage with better equipment so that we are not running in with item level 1 gear and half of our jewelry missing. It'll be a little while before we come back to Blue Mage. I'm going to try and check in about once per major patch, so we'll check in again during the 2.1 story content. But other than that, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, it's time to start the 8-player raids. It's time for the Binding Coils. I'll see everyone next time for that.